Hey everybody, it's Quincy from AllEars, and I am here at Disney's BoardWalk Inn Resort. We're going to be doing a resort tour today where we're going to check out the rooms, the food, the pool, and everything else there is to see. So I'm really excited. I hope you are too. Let's get going. So I am walking into BoardWalk Inn right now. Something to keep in mind is that this resort does have plenty of parking. However, it's all kind of far from the door and it might be far from your room wherever you park. So I do recommend dropping off your bags when you park your car at the front. There is valet parking here for $33 per day if you would like to use that. Standard parking is $25 per night, as is the norm at deluxe resorts. So I am checking in right at check-in time, which is 3 p.m. It's pretty busy out here. Keep in mind, if you do need to check in early, you can definitely drop your bags with Bell Services, which is located just out front here. And they can hold onto your bags until your room is ready if you'd like to go do something else, like head to the parks or Disney Springs. So Disney's BoardWalk Inn just fully reopened on July 2nd, even though the Disney Vacation Club rooms have been open for a while. As you can probably tell, it is themed around a turn-of-the-century Atlantic City resort. The lobby branches off into the Disney's Boardwalk Villas, which is the Disney Vacation Club section, and the Disney's Boardwalk Inn, which is the standard deluxe resort option. There are 378 rooms, and of course that includes Disney Vacation Club rooms and villas. Perhaps the best part of this resort is that it is situated on the boardwalk, which gives it access to a ton of entertainment, recreation, and dining. Interestingly enough, I think the boardwalk is probably the second largest entertainment area behind Disney Springs here at Disney World, which makes this some seriously prime location. Plus you can walk to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Look at that, and we're on the boardwalk. The boardwalk is located on Crescent Lake, with Epcot within walking distance, Hollywood Studios within walking distance, and very, very close to Disney's Yacht and Beach Club resorts, as well as the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin hotels. So there is so much dining within reach. The parks are very close. I actually think the Epcot resort area has some of the best location on all of Disney property. You can really see that Atlantic City turn-of-the-century theme. These are the rooms up above the businesses on the boardwalk, which is so cool. This is definitely one of my favorite resorts because it is just so beautiful. So all of the Disney World resorts offer online check-in prior to your stay. If you use that, then you can check in online in advance using the My Disney Experience app, and you get this go direct to room service where you'll automatically be able to use your Magic Band or your phone to open your door. Of course, you can also head into the beautiful lobby to check in as usual and get a standard room key if you need to. But if you don't, if you check in online, you will get that room number to your phone and be able to head straight there and skip the front desk altogether. It's about 3:30 p.m. right now, and my room isn't ready, so I'm just hanging out in the lobby, which is not a big deal. It's a beautiful lobby. But if that does happen to you, you can always head to the front desk and go ahead and check in, even if you've already done the mobile check-in. So if you feel like it's taken too long, just go ask a cast member. They'll be happy to help. While we wait for our room, I say we go ahead and start doing a little bit of a resort tour, don't you? No trip to the boardwalk is complete without a stop by the lobby fireplace to see the nanny chairs, which are absolute nightmares. So just off the lobby is Dundee's Sundries, which is the first merchandise location that we're going to talk about today. It is kind of the basics merch location here at the boardwalk. So yep, you'll find basics like sunglasses, a little bit of Disney merchandise in here, namely hats, ears, even some of the Disney board games, which is my department. Masks, magic bands, and this is also a great store to visit if you are looking for some boardwalk merchandise. They've got all of the resort-specific merchandise in here. Just past Dundee's Sundries are the elevators to the Boardwalk Villas rooms, and the other side of the lobby has the hallway towards Disney's Boardwalk Inn, so either wing of the boardwalk is either the inn or villas. And this way, we can find a few more amenities before we get into the actual room parts of the hotel. The resort has tons and tons of amazing drawings from around the turn of the century. Some are real, which is amazing. Some beautiful art pieces like this mirror. Over here by this elevator to the boardwalk, you can find some courtesy telephones for your use as well. And that is right across from the still closed Bellevue Lounge. So at the time that I'm filming this, Bellevue Lounge is still temporarily unavailable. Unfortunately, it is a very nice, very cozy lounge inspired by the lounges of the 1930s, located here right off the boardwalk lobby. There was a bit of a glitch with my room and it just was reading as both occupied and not ready, so I stopped by the front desk and a wonderful cast member helped me find my room, get it all set up for me, so now I am headed to check out my room. I am on the boardwalk inside and my room is on the first floor. The lobby is actually on the second floor, so I'm gonna have to take these elevators to head on down. All right, I made it down to the first floor and I am headed to my room. And here we are. All right, you know what time it is. Room tour time. I don't have any fun hats or eye patches this time because I am short on turn of the century headwear, but I'll work on it. I'm so sorry. I will work on it. Next time I'm here, expect turn of the century headwear. But we have a room to look around, so good thing I wore this shirt that definitely matches the wallpaper weirdly well. So Boardwalk is a deluxe resort. The villas are, of course, deluxe villas. And that means that it's going to be on the pricier side above both the moderate and value resort categories. That also means that this room is pretty large. It's definitely on the big side. You can see that I am in a room with 2 queen beds, and there is a couch in here that's a day bed that we'll take a look at. They also have rooms that are king beds with a day bed as well. Interestingly enough, I actually booked a standard room and I ended up in a deluxe room club level. Now, club level rooms just reopened and the club level lounges are not open. That automatically happened on my My Disney Experience app. I didn't speak to anyone who told me I was getting an upgrade or anything, although this room does not seem all that different from a standard room. So first thing when you walk into your room at the Boardwalk, you'll see sort of this little cubby on your right side. It's got a Keurig, which is pretty standard of the deluxe resorts, and an ice bucket. All of your coffee supplies are here in this drawer. Coffee and tea supplies. And then you've got this cabinet below that houses your mini fridge. This is definitely one of the larger mini fridges that I see at resort hotels. Typically, they're the ones with the little glass doors. I've only seen a fridge this large so far in my touring at the Art of Animation Family Suites, but this definitely has a lot more room in it. You could get a ton of leftovers in here. And I'm the queen of leftovers, so I'd be eating those in the middle of the night to my whim. To my whimsy, my desire. Check out this little detail. It's the little knobs on the drawers say Boardwalk Arcade on them. How cute is that? They have Mickey. Your bathroom is through an archway on your left as you come in, and we will check that out in a minute. Let's take a look at that closet. So we are looking at pretty large closet space here. It's got a lot of room in there. There's a luggage rack, hangers, extra pillow and blanket, as well as an iron and a full ironing board. Then on the other side, you've got your standard Disney programmable safe for your valuables. Like many other Disney World Resort hotels, the Boardwalk does offer adjoining rooms. So if that's something your party needs, you do have that option. The dresser in here is a beautiful piece. It's clearly styled after some turn of the century furniture. Looks like it's real wood. Feels like it. Kinda. Maybe not. Sort of. No, it feels like real wood. Real wood? Maybe. And then, of course, it's got outlets and USB ports. So this has been updated to give you a little bit more power in the room. The drawers here are on the smaller side. A lot of the newer refurbished rooms have really large drawers, but it would kind of look weird in this 19th century themed room if the drawers were huge. So you do have this cabinet space if you need it as well. As I mentioned, there is a good amount of space in this room. The walkways are pretty wide as opposed to some other hotel rooms I've stayed in. And you do have this full sofa in here. And that, of course, is great for lounging and everything, but it's also great because it is a sofa bed. Here is what that sofa bed looks like when it's pulled down. It is a twin, but perfect if you've got a little kiddo staying in the room with you. So the way the sofa bed works is there are these 2 black straps at the back, and you give those a solid tug, and it flips right into a sofa bed. Unclip the buckles, and there you have it. It's already made with fresh sheets, ready to go. Right above the sofa bed is my favorite piece of art here because it is Prince Charming Carousel and Cinderella Castle, but it's done in that turn of the century Atlantic City painting style, which this is definitely something that never came to pass because Disney World's only been here since the 1970s. But can you imagine all these beautiful, bustled ladies and their childrens and their beaux headed to the carousel? Window-wise, you've got these big, beautiful doors with big windows that you can look out. We are looking out on the garden, and as you can see, we are on the first floor. So our patio is ground level, not a balcony. It's patio, obviously. You've got curtains-wise, we've got these privacy curtains, which are great, especially since there is a walkway out there for anyone strolling through the gardens. And then you have your big blackout curtains, which have this very beautiful boardwalk sketch print on them. And those are sketches of what looks like, I don't know if it's the inspiration. No, it's got to be this boardwalk hotel. I don't know. Curtains are confusing. Then we have these beautiful desks as well. This furniture, again, inspired by that turn of the century antique sort of look. The chair has Mickey and Minnie on little bikes or Vespas or something. And that is so, so, so cute. It looks hand carved. And there are some other details as well. The desk has a little Mickey in it too. Very sweet. Also, you can have some added table space. If you pull this chair out, there is another table that you can sort of add and move around the room. It's on wheels, super easy to move as needed. So if you wanted to sit on the couch and do some work, move that table right on over. This desk is a great place to work. It's got lots of outlets, some USB ports as well that have been installed, and the best lamp I've ever seen in my entire life, because look at how sweet Minnie looks on this lamp. Hold on, since I matched the wallpaper so well, can you even see me right now? There's a very pretty gold mirror here with lots of nice detailing on the side. And the beds are so lovely. It honestly feels kind of like bed and breakfasty in here. Some of the newer refurbished rooms lose a bit of that like homey touch that older rooms have. And with these beautiful headboards and the decorative throw pillows, plus those pretty shaded sconces on the wall, this place does feel pretty homey. Also, Mickey is everywhere. He's in these lamps too. These turn on and off with a little push button here, reading lights for folks in bed. Then you've got this nice sizable bedstand. This is the only bedstand. So the other side you could kind of reach the desk, but there's not a bedside table on the other side either. Big cubby space, some more storage down here. And then of course a hotel room phone, some information in your remote up here on top. Framed in the middle is this cute little collage of postcards. And this one says, having a wonderful time at the boardwalk, Donald and Daisy, to Mickey and Minnie, who live at Disneyland. That is so sweet. And final piece of art in the room, another good one, is this painting of the Disney Boardwalk. There's even the Boardwalk logo. You can see it in here. And there's a Mickey hot air balloon in the sky over here. You can also find the thermostat by the door. Mine was set to 68. I moved it to 70 because I was really cold. Under bed storage is non-existent here, so that's something to keep in mind. You've got that big closet, so you shouldn't have too much issue keeping your stuff out of the way, but just so you're aware, no underbed storage. Let's check out that outdoor space, shall we? So this little patio space is pretty sizable, but it is shared with the next door room. Interestingly, not the one that adjoins, which is a strange choice. We've got this beautiful garden view, which is one of the view levels here. There's a standard view, a garden view, and a water view, which is the ones that look out on the actual boardwalk or on Luna Park pool. But we have a garden view here, which means we get to look at the beautifully manicured boardwalk grounds. Kind of a gamble what kind of outdoor space you'll get at your boardwalk room. You might get a patio like I've got where it's shared. You might get a private balcony. You might get a shared balcony. You might get a balcony with those privacy dividers. It's sort of a toss-up. If you are super looking for a certain kind, you can definitely talk to cast members. When you check in, give a call to guest services. They will be happy to put in a room request for you, but remember, all room requests are only requests and they can't be guaranteed. All right, it's time for balcony price chat, except on a patio. That's the new name of this segment where I sit outside and talk about the prices of the hotel. It's creative, I know. So on average, standard rooms will run you $550 to around $940 per night. Garden rooms will run you around $580 to around $960 per night. Water view rooms will run you around $690 to around $1,030 per night. Standard club level rooms will run you around $800 to around $1,300 per night. Deluxe club level rooms will run you around $960 to around $1,600 per night. And then the garden suites here at the boardwalk will typically run between $1,040 per night to about $1,700 per night. So there are 3 view types available here at the Boardwalk Inn. There is the standard view, which tends to be gardens, leisure pool, or parking area. You've got the gardens view, which is going to be a gardens view, like I have right here. And then you've got a water view, which is going to be of Crescent Lake and the boardwalk. That's the highest category. We're going to do some bed science. See? Bed science! Ooh, comfy bed. Immediately feels very comfy. I'd like all Disney mattresses on the firmer side, but cushy. I'm gonna not jump to try out the sofa bed. I'm just gonna gently lay down on it because I don't want to hurt myself. But I'm doing it. Okay. This is pretty comfy for a sofa bed. So I wouldn't suggest, if you're staying here and you've got the option of using those beds, I'd use those. But I mean, it's kind of a firm mattress. It does not have a lot of give. It feels kind of plastic. It might be a plastic mattress. Maybe, hold on. It might not be. It might be like regular sofa mattress. Regardless, it's not the comfiest. Definitely save this one for the kiddos if you can, but it'll do. It's not the least comfortable thing I've ever slept on. Feels better than an air mattress. So the bathroom is right off of the room through a really big archway. You've got a huge mirror in here. There's a full-length mirror as well. The bathroom has a double vanity, and since this is a deluxe resort, you're gonna notice a few more amenities than you might notice at some of the value or moderates. Hair dryer on this very spacious shelf down below. Of course, plenty of hand towels for your use, and the best mirror, the one that makes, wait, that's normal. The one that makes you look super silly. Let's move past the big full-length mirror into the mythical commode room. So I will say that this room definitely feels a little bit more dated. It still feels very clean, very nice, but it's definitely more dated than some of the more recently renovated rooms. That doesn't change the fact that it is a nice bathroom. Lots of towels, spare toilet paper. You can of course request towels as well. The shower curtain is this adorable Ferris wheel print. Pretty little shower head. Now that's a benefit of the more recently renovated rooms is they have wide shower heads. That one's pretty small. I'll turn it on to test out the pressure though. Despite being on the smaller side though, this shower head does have really good pressure and it fans out pretty wide. So don't be discouraged by its small size. But regardless, now that I've scienced it up and I'm not breathing hard because I'm an expert scientist now, I think it's time that we explore more of the resort, don't you? Let's go! The grounds of this hotel is absolutely gorgeous, and that is no exception, of course, with the inside leisure pool, which is a very small pool, but very quiet, very peaceful, and absolutely beautiful. Of course, Luna Park Pool is kind of where all the fun is at with the Keister Coaster water slide that we'll check out a little later. But if you're staying over on this side of the hotel and you want a quieter pool experience, you certainly can find it tucked on some beautifully manicured grounds. Look, there's our balcony. I'm walking outside it now. Let's go this way. Since we're located on the first floor, we're actually located really close to the garden suites, which are, of course, full suites. And the really cool thing about them is that they have individually manicured lawns. So you'll notice all of these are different, beautifully landscaped lawns out of these garden suites, which, how adorable is that? But if you'll remember, those rooms are pretty pricey. We've already checked out some beautiful pieces of the lobby. So I think before we head down to the main event, aka the boardwalk itself, we're going to check out the bus stop and the conference center. So the boardwalk bus stop is a quick walk from the lobby, and you can access it from a few other places. It's all covered. Also, the same walkway leads to the conference center and the south parking lot. One perk to staying at these smaller deluxe resorts, like this resort, which only has 378 rooms, is that the bus stops don't tend to be crazy busy, which is why you'll see that they're smaller. This bus stop really only has room for one bus, doesn't have room for that many people waiting, and that's because it's not often that you have to wait longer than one bus. So we'll definitely check it out in the morning and see just how busy it is, but my guess is that it won't be any busier than one bus full of people. So yep, there is a full conference center here at Disney's BoardWalk Inn as well. One of the few resorts that does have a conference center, so if you're on a business trip, you might end up here. Well, all of that room touring made me hungry. I think I deserve a treat. So I think it's about time we head down to the boardwalk itself, and I'm getting ice cream. So we're gonna follow this very bright red arrow down to the boardwalk itself. So like I mentioned earlier, the boardwalk is an entertainment, dining, and recreation area located right on Crescent Lake. And seasonally, you'll find all sorts of stuff like actually on the boardwalk, like midway games, jugglers, entertainers, hand wax molds, food vendors, magic shows, all sorts of stuff. Now, a lot of that stuff is on pause right now, and it's seasonal usually, but you might see that during your stay. Most of the time, the boardwalk does have bike rentals, including Surrey bikes, which are one of my favorite things to see when I am strolling around the boardwalk, is a Surrey bike cruising by. That is super nice because those are those like big family bikes everyone can have a good time on. And I like seeing people have fun on those. And I always think, what if I went on one of those with my friends? Molly, Morgan, and Breedlove. All 4 of us on a Surrey bike. Sounds fun. Now, the boardwalk doubles as a running trail all the way around Crescent Lake, so you can run all the way past all the other resorts on Crescent Lake. As you can see, there are boat launches too. Those boats can take you to Epcot or Disney's Hollywood Studios. So, pretty handy way to get there if you don't want to walk. I'm not here for the ESPN Club. I'm here for its next door neighbor, Boardwalk Ice Cream. I'm an ice cream lover. This is a lot of ice cream, but I'm going to eat it because I love ice cream. This is the sort of like big sundae here. It is the Thundering Surf peanut butter and chocolate sundae. So it's a peanut butter and hot fudge sundae featuring chocolate and vanilla ice cream, peanut butter and chocolate morsels, whipped cream, and of course a cherry. So I am pretty excited to try that out. I'm starting with a cherry because you have to when you're getting an ice cream sundae. It's a good cherry. But how will the ice cream sundae be? Feels pretty good. It's not like the ice cream itself isn't like stand out or anything like that. Like I would say Leal's ice cream is better in Epcot, but it is really delicious hard pack hand scoop ice cream that's perfect for sitting out on the boardwalk like I am right now. But this is a very light ice cream. The whipped cream is good quality. It doesn't taste homemade or anything. Definitely tastes like canned whipped cream, but this is an amazing ice cream sundae. It is massive, definitely shareable. You should be sharing this unless you're a monster like I am. Now, would I say to go out of your way for boardwalk ice cream? I don't know. If you're on the boardwalk and you want ice cream, get it. But I mean, Beaches and Cream is better. Leal and Epcot is better. Don't come here from Epcot, go to Leal. Don't come here from the Beach Club. If you have a Beaches and Cream reservation, go there. But it's good ice cream. I mean, how can you go wrong with ice cream smothered in hot fudge and peanut butter sauce? All right, continuing on, we've got Boardwalk Bakery, which is a quick service location here. They do have mobile order. They've got sandwiches and salads and, of course, fresh baked treats and eats. And we're going to stop in there for breakfast tomorrow morning because I hear they have a killer breakfast sandwich. So I'm pretty excited to give that a try. If anyone tells you that the boardwalk is not a great place for dining, they're lying to you. There are so many dining locations here. Right here is Joe's Marvelous Margaritas. Boardwalk Joe's Marvelous Margaritas is the full name, actually. And of course, you can get some margaritas here. They also have a Dole Whip smoothie. Pro tip, if you're looking for Dole Whip while you're strolling the boardwalk, you can go ahead and grab it here at Boardwalk Joe's. And then just across the way is the pizza window, which we are going to swing back by to stop for dinner a little later. I am full on my ice cream right now, but pizza window will be dinner. Trattoria Al Forno is an original Italian restaurant. It is known for seasonal risotto, and they serve only Italian wines, which is pretty neat. They also have a character breakfast called the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast. Now, right now, the characters are not meeting, so it's just a standard Italian breakfast. But when it is a character meal, you meet Disney couples like Rapunzel and Flynn, Ariel and Eric, so it's a super unique character meal. Next up, we are passing Abracadabra, which we are going to stop by right before dinner for a drink because this bar is very unique. It's magician themed. I'm super excited. I can't wait to stop by with you guys. Just next door is Boardwalk To Go, which has chicken tenders and french fries, the basics, you know, things you need to grab when you're hankering for an easy meal. And that spot just actually reopened recently. And on the left side of the boardwalk from the boardwalk lobby, you've got Flying Fish Cafe, which serves gourmet seafood and has a pretty heavy emphasis on sustainability, which is super neat. Now, yet to reopen is this Funnel Cakes Tasty Sensations spot, which has funnel cakes, ice cream, they even have fried ice cream. Because you got to get those boardwalk vibes. And without fried ice cream, where are the vibes? Before we wrap up our stroll down the boardwalk, I'm going to swing up here so that we can check out Luna Park Pool, which is the feature pool here, and it is very cool. Something super neat about this resort is that it has Wyland Galleries located just, I mean, really right outside the lobby. And Wyland Galleries has some absolutely amazing art. Let's pop inside real quick and look around. You might be able to tell that the theme here is contemporary and environmental art, which is why you'll see a lot of really pretty landscapes and animal art. If I ever have a Disney themed room in my house one day, I'm getting this table. It's amazing. So on the pathway to Luna Park Pool, you can see the Hustles and Bustles Fitness Center, which is the fitness center for this resort, shared with the villas and the inn. I don't know if I called this Hustle and Bustle, but it's definitely called Muscles and Bustles, which is much better. So that's the fitness club. There's also Sideshow Arcade, which is a pretty sweet spot if any kids like arcade games. You do have to pay a little extra to play the games, but it's standard arcade prices. Here is that running trail I was talking about. It's a 0.8 mile loop, so not too long, perfect to do a couple of times, and possibly some of the prettiest views in Disney World. All right, and we made it to Luna Park Pool. So this is the feature pool here. It is certainly a very fun time. As you can probably tell, it's got a sort of a turn-of-the-century carnival theme. Leaping Horse Libations right there is the pool bar, and it's themed just after a carousel, hence Leaping Horse. Get it? Across the pool, you'll spot that huge 200-foot water slide. That is called the Keister Coaster. Now, it was just redone. You can see those new Disney characters are featured on it. The new versions of the Disney characters, I should say. But it used to be a very scary clown slide. You've also got this kiddie area, which is the Luna Park Crazy Pool? Luna Park Crazy Play area with some slides, and it's just a cute little splash pad. Lots of more generic equipment and a very shallow pool. So great for the kiddos. Here is a resort map, so you can kind of see the layout. So Boardwalk doesn't have a lot of rooms, but it is very big. You've got this side is the inside where we're staying. Our room is about right here. And then you have this side, which is the villas side. Surrounds Luna Park Pool. They share amenities, so you don't have to worry about staking to your side or anything like that. This part right here is the boardwalk. And you have a walkway to Disney's Hollywood Studios up past the tennis courts up here. And a walkway to Epcot down here by the end of the boardwalk. Then, of course, you've also got boat transportation and a walkway over to the Swan and Dolphin and the Yacht and Beach. So, again, great location. That's what I think about every time I look at this resort's location. There is a campfire-style grill over here on the villas side, as well as another leisure pool. So if you are looking for a quieter swim, you've got this option as well as the one over by the inns. Also behind it is the community hall, which is where you can find a lot of the recreation at this resort. Community hall has lots of rentals. You can stop in and get things like bike rentals, tubes, noodles, tennis rackets, things like that. And you can ask about fishing trips too, or get the tennis courts reserved. This pool also has a hot tub. And here's that walkway to Hollywood Studios. All right, we're back from our Luna Park Pool detour and headed further down the boardwalk. And I say we stop in at Screen Door General Store. Something really cool to know is that Screen Door General Store, combined with Disney Character Central, combined with Thimbles and Threads, are all one big store that make for a massive merchandise location. They are all connected in there. We'll head in and take a look around at some of the options they've got, but this is a very, very large merchandise location. All right, DVC Villas give this resort the bonus of having a lot more food options than a lot of the other resort stores. You've got supplies like cream cheese and regular cheese, as well as some frozen meals as well if you are staying in the villas. There's a full bakery case. Unfettered access to a caramel apple is a priority of mine, so that's a big plus. You can even get Goofy Glaciers, frozen drinks, which is awesome. Plus, there's a whole wall of candy. Who doesn't love a wall of candy? In fact, this is kind of dangerous because it's so tempting. Then on top of that, you have a selection of standard Disney merchandise. Ears, kitchenware, seasonal merchandise, all sorts of stuff. There's Raya and the Last Dragon merchandise. You've also got the Boardwalk exclusives that they had at Dundree's Sundries. Just like an amazing array of merchandise. But as you can tell, it is a huge store. It goes on forever. I mean, this feels like a miniature version of the Emporium. See, there are midway games. Some of them are open right now. Folks are competing. Wow. There are some swell prizes. I see a stuffed shark. Maybe I could try to win one for Molly. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling later. Our next stop is Big River Grill and Brewing Works, which is pretty neat because it is an actual brewing factory here on the boardwalk. They have so many beers, it's ridiculous, including sample beers and things like that. One of my favorite things about the boardwalk is that on this side, it is sort of decorated to look like different hotels, like in a strip of hotels or different buildings, I guess. This Crest of the Wave one is my favorite, and this building is also home to one of the Disney Vacation Club centers that you can visit here. And we're coming to the end here at Jelly Rolls, which is a dueling piano bar where you can see two pianists duel. Very cool bar, very hop-in spot. It is still closed at the moment, but when it reopens, it will likely be home to a rollicking good time just like it always was. And the last stop on the boardwalk before you end up in the other resorts is Atlantic Dance Hall, which is a sometimes open, sometimes closed spot that tends to feature DJs and dancing. It can be a very fun time to go dancing. It has been closed for a while. Sometimes it's used for other event spaces. You do want to keep in mind, though, that the Atlantic Dance Hall is 21 and up when it's open. On our way back over to Abracadabra and the pizza window for a drink and then dinner, let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of staying at this resort. Of course, since it is a Disney resort, you get a lot of those perks like transportation, free parking at the theme parks, airport transportation for the rest of 2021 with the Magical Express, early theme park entry beginning on October 1st, and since this is a deluxe resort, it will also have extended theme park hours when those are introduced. You can read about those on AllEars.net, but they are going to give guests a little bit of extra time in the theme parks, and only deluxe resort guests get those extended evening hours. You also, of course, get the bump of the length of your stay to your advanced dining reservations window, and Disney has confirmed that the Disney dining plan will be returning, so that will be an added perk that you can add to your package as well. For specific pros here at the boardwalk, as I've probably mentioned 100 times already, you have location. You can walk to the parks. You can walk to other hotels. It's got access to the Skyliner. It has boat transportation. And then on top of that, the buses are not going to be too crowded since there's less than 400 rooms here. So that location is really, really prime. You also have some of the widest dining and entertainment options of any of the resorts. If you count the boardwalk as part of BoardWalk Inn, you have so many spots at your resort, and if you don't, it's just outside the door. So that is a huge pro. And then on top of that, it's a deluxe resort. You've got nice amenities. You've got beautiful theming. Cons-wise, this resort is on the pricey side. A lot of those rooms are going to run you upwards of $1,000, and even the less expensive ones are still going to most likely be above $500. It can be more important than ever to keep an eye out for those special offers when you're booking here. On top of that, all that nightlife on the boardwalk is cool, but it can get noisy, especially during normal times, and those hours can be midnight or even later at some places. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you've got that water view, is it might be a little bit louder than you'd expect a deluxe resort to be. And that Luna Park pool is cool, but there are better pools. So if that pool day is ever important to you and you're staying at a deluxe, maybe take a look at the beach club that has the famous Stormalong Bay. Overall, any way you cut it, the boardwalk is an expensive hotel to stay at, but that just might be worth it for the easy access to all the entertainment, all the restaurants, and to the theme parks. It's walkable to 2 theme parks, which is a huge bonus. Ultimately, whether it's worth it or not is up to you, your budget, and your family's needs. If you're not going to have time for a resort day, probably don't stay here. This is an amazing resort that you are going to want to take time to stay at. All right, Abracadabra is a magic show themed bar, very neat, a magician's lounge, and it has its own story to it, kind of a haunting story. Probably one of the most exquisitely themed lounges in all of Disney World. I am so excited to go get ourselves a beverage. As you can see, the theming is pretty amazing in here. There are posters of the different magicians who would be performing through the stage door, and lots of magical knickknacks on the wall and things like that. The story of this lounge is that a group of magicians that were performing here, the Boardwalk Magicians, mysteriously vanished years ago. And you can still feel the magic in the place. So my waitress let me know that the drinks here are all made with their own syrups, their own mixers that they make here mostly. So lots of selection of classics as well as some custom cocktails here, and they tend to put their own spin on things because it's pretty magical.
I need you to grab your magic wand out of the glass.
Got it.
And you're going to tap it on the rim 3 times.
Okay.
So channeling your inner magician.
Okay,
right?
I can do that.
So on the count of 3, you're going to say the magic word.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
All right,
1, 2, 3. Abracadabra.
All right, now give it a stir.
Okay. Ooh! Wow!
Change colors. Congratulations.
Wow, I'm really channeling my inner magician today. So the Conjurita is what I got since it has that beautiful color changing magic trick. And this is El Mayor Tequila, Cointreau, simple syrup, and lime juice. So a pretty basic margarita, but not so basic when I literally did magic before I got to drink it. So it looks pretty magical. Let's see how it tastes. It's very good. That is just a very classic margarita. I can definitely taste the tequila. I can definitely taste the lime and Cointreau. This is just a very, very good cocktail. Add in the fact that it's fun, and I'm a happy camper. A lot of cocktails in Disney World are either very well made, good cocktails, or fun. So it's always exciting to find something that is both, which this definitely is. They have a wide range of selection here. They can make whatever your favorite is. If you don't drink, you can get a mixer or something like that as well. So there's definitely options here. All right, I finished my delicious drink at Abracadabra, so now I'm headed just next door to grab a dinner from the pizza window. Another big perk of staying at Disney's BoardWalk Inn is that you can see the Epcot fireworks from the boardwalk. So hop out from your room late at night, around 10 p.m. right now, and you can see Epcot forever. As of October 1st, of course, that will be the debut of Harmonious. So it'll be a whole new fireworks show that you'll be seeing from the boardwalk. Pizza acquired. The pizza window does offer full pizzas or slices. I, of course, went for a slice because I am one individual person, but I'm very excited to try it. It is a mushroom and sausage slice, and it looks pretty darn tasty. Pizza cheers. This is honestly shockingly good pizza. It is actually kind of a crispy crust. It's got these beautiful thick slices of mushroom on it. It's got sausage in it. It is a very good slice of pizza. I'm actually surprised. If you're a pizza fan, you'll probably like this. It's not quite Via Napoli level, but it is definitely better than the kind of pizza you'll have at the food courts, at the value resorts, or things like that. Any like standard base pizza, this is better. All right, delicious pizza and delicious drink having been consumed, I'm headed back to my room to call it a night. All right, time to give the real bed science a try. That's 8 hours of full sleep. I'll report back in the morning. It's bed science time, aka I'm going to sleep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you then. Good morning. It is a brand new day. I just woke up at the boardwalk. I have lots to say about my quality of sleep. I can't wait to tell you about it, but I'm going to do that on the way to breakfast, I think. So let's go get a breakfast sandwich. All right, so here's the game plan. It's about 7:40 a.m. The park hours today, Magic Kingdom at Hollywood Studios open at 9 a.m., Animal Kingdom opens at 8 a.m., and Epcot opens at 11 a.m. So we are going to head to the bus stop around 8 a.m. to see how busy it is right at Animal Kingdom's opening and about an hour before Magic Kingdom's opening. Before we do that, we're going to grab a breakfast sandwich. All right, so we are back at Boardwalk Bakery, super charming spot, known for pastries, breakfast sandwiches, salads, and things like that. To use mobile order, you can head into the My Disney Experience app, hit that plus on the bottom, select order food, and then if you have location services on, Boardwalk Bakery will be right at the top if you're standing outside of it, but you can also scroll down to find it under the Boardwalk Inn section. There, you'll select your order from the menu, go ahead and add everything to your checkout, go ahead and check out, and that's it. You can hit I'm here, prepare my order if you're standing outside, and then it'll let you know when your food's ready. As I was sitting down to eat my breakfast, I'm seeing the first Hollywood Studios boat roll up to the dock right at 8 a.m. There is a little bit of a crowd over there waiting, but I think they're all gonna fit on that boat without any issue at all. The beds here were super, super comfy. I woke up a couple of times just because I was having trouble sleeping, but every single time I was able to fall asleep, no big deal because I was just sinking into those plush pillows in the bed. I also want to talk about the fact that the noise levels were super low. I don't know if it's just because there weren't that many guests around me, but I know that the room next to me had folks in it and I couldn't hear them at all. So that was a huge plus. All right, so I went for the butter sandwich, which is brioche bread, shaved ham, scrambled eggs, and buttery fontina cheese spread. And it's served with your choice of a whole apple or orange, which is pretty neat. Great way to start the day. I'm excited to try it. I like anything that has butter in the name twice. All right, let's see how it tastes. That is a legit breakfast sandwich. This has really amazing flavors. I can taste that fontina cheese like nobody's business. The outside, just soaked in butter. It's so yummy. It's exactly the kind of thing that I want to start up a day, especially if, you know, if you were hanging out late night on the boardwalk and you want something fresh in the morning to really fill up your stomach. This will do the trick. My one complaint would be it's missing a crunch element. The bread is soaked in butter, so it's super soft, and all the ingredients are on the soft side, so I wish I had maybe like some crispy bacon or something to crunch it up a little bit, but otherwise this is very good. They also have a vegetarian sandwich, the everything sandwich. All right, so I'm making my way out front to check out the bus stop before we head to Hollywood Studios, but I wanted to show you the boat dock. Still pretty empty. There's like 4 groups on it right now because the boats can take a lot of people, these friendship boats. So I think the boat might be the way to go to Hollywood Studios. It's a 15 to 20 minute boat ride. It's about the same length as walking. And we did a transportation race from here. Molly, Melissa, and Breedlove did one. And Molly and Breedlove pretty much tied with getting to Hollywood Studios, walking and taking the boat. Whereas for Melissa, it took almost 25 minutes longer. So I'm curious about my experience today. So there is a good number of people actually waiting at the bus stop this morning. It's about 45 minutes prior to the opening of Magic Kingdom. The bus stop here at the Boardwalk does only go to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, and the water parks. If you're going to go to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, you need to take a boat walk or take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios. And we are headed to Hollywood Studios. The reason we are ending our staycation at Hollywood Studios today is because we can see how long the walk to Epcot takes in doing so, because the Skyliner station is at Epcot. So we're going to walk to Epcot, see just how long that walk is, and then head to Hollywood Studios to see how long the Skyliner ride is. To Epcot was about 7 minutes, and a customer warned me that the Skyliner ride over to Hollywood Studios is going to take about 45 minutes, so it's super interesting that's how long that'll take. Let's see if it's true. All right, there's certainly no line because the better way to get to Hollywood Studios is to walk or take the boat. We think things could be crazy here. I got on at 8:45, so let's see how long it takes. Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. Wow, no wait here at Caribbean Beach either. They have started to fully load the Skyliner gondolas, which has really lightened up those wait times, so no wait here either. My ride over was about 11 minutes. Alright, so I am seated from Caribbean Beach Station, headed to Hollywood Studios, 12 minutes after I got on the Skyliner at the Epcot station. So, moving pretty fast. Alright, I landed here at Hollywood Studios at 9:02. So, leaving the resort at 8:35 and walking to Epcot, taking the Skyliner, I still was able to get here right at park opening. So I didn't think that was that bad at all. I had no waits for the Skyliner. I don't know if I got lucky or if that's kind of the new norm now that they're loading more parties in each Skyliner car again. But there were definitely no lines at Caribbean Beach, no lines at Epcot. It was super easy to get over here. Still did take longer than walking and taking the boat though, so keep that in mind. Altogether, I would say that being on the Skyliner took about 25 minutes, like total time from Epcot to here, not counting my walk. So about 30 minutes to get from one place to the other if you aren't stuck in any lines. All right, that just about does it for my tour of Disney's BoardWalk Inn Resort. I learned a lot today. I had a lot of fun. I sure hope you did too. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe to our channel, and you can follow along with us on social media at AllEars.net. Until next time, I'm Quincy from AllEars. See you soon. Bye. Want more AllEars videos? Click here. And want to subscribe? You can do that right here. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you real soon.